Good morning, Theophile. It's wonderful to have you join us today at Christ Church.
Good morning, team. It's nice to meet you and talk to you from Rwanda, Kigali.
Well, we are excited about having you join us, and although this won't be live in our church service, at least people get to see you and hear you and learn a little bit about you and the ministry that you guys are taking part in. As I have shared with you, I am tying this interview in with a sermon I'm doing from John chapter 4 about a royal official who was desperate to save his son. And you probably are well aware of that story. And as I was thinking about that story, I thought about some of the desperate situations and times that your family, your friends, your people in Rwanda and Congo have gone through. So I was wondering if you could sort of share with us a little bit about, some of those desperate times, obviously the genocide that took place, but also maybe even more current desperate situations that the people and the churches are dealing with.
Thank you so much, Tana, to invite me to share about the spirit times in Rwanda that my people passed through. As you know, Rwanda is known by the big and bad history of genocide. But during the genocide, as you know, where we lost 1 million of our people in 100 days only, and it's sometimes hard to explain when we know that some people who were killed, they were killed by their fellow Christian and church members that they used to be in the same congregation. But during that period, we do have really many examples that shock sometimes our hearts. Where desperate people, desperate persons, desperate children, and the women would go to the people to be saved, but they could not. But others really risked their life. We still have those people. Let me give you an example of one pastor who risked his life and said, okay, I know I'm going to die, but I have to die, but I'm helping the people. And he accepted to take that person, to put him under his bed. And when the killers came, he said, we don't hit any person here. We don't have a tooth here. And days, but people continued to say that someone is there. So until they came and they find that the person is there. But he told them, before killing him, please kill me. And really what happened, they killed him, they killed his family, and then the victim who was there, the innocent person also, he was killed. So we have kind of those people. But we have others who risked the life, and the hidden people, when they hid them, at the end, they celebrated together. Imagine in Rwanda, it was said that in Rwanda, 95% of Rwandans, they were Christians. Christian by names, not born again. That's what I say every time. And how 90%, 95% of Christians and a genocide could happen. That's not imaginable. So we don't understand that. So we always say that they were not Christian. Right. They were Christian by name. They were maybe baptized, but you know what? The water cannot remove our sin unless Jesus Christ come in our hearts and change our hearts. And when you see 95%, but still genocide there. And we do have a big number of Christians who are in jail. It's a shame for the church. It's a real shame. But we thank God that after genocide, what we did, we went to the jails and then we talked to those people. They came back to Jesus Christ, and we still thank God that people are coming to Christ, they are repenting. And I think the reason was those people who come to the church, they didn't receive a deep and a sound biblical teachings. They were just dancing in the churches, but there were no word of God. So that's why many didn't change. They only changed the names or how they were, but they didn't change their hearts.
Right.
And after genocide, that's what we have been trying to do, is imagine in the same congregation, you have a killers, you have a survivor of genocide, you have the members of the killers, because we have some killers who came to the government and they repented and then they released them. So they are in our churches. We have the victims of genocide, so the survivors, they are in our churches. But also we have those who are from the killers' families and their parents are still in jail for 23 years. They are still in our church. So sometimes when you go to preach, you have to pray and think, what kind of message do I going to bring to these people? It's really hard. Yeah. But we thank God that we have been helping them, and we see that people now started to build the community. My fellow pastor, during the genocide, he is a Tutsi. He married a Hutu lady. And they had 6 boys. So during the genocide, it was clear that the husband had to be killed. So the husband, he was a pastor, he sat down with his wife. He said, you are a Hutu, I'm a Tutsi. So you don't have any problem, but I have a problem. So let us bring our children and pray. And then I know we will no longer meet again, but you with the children, you go to your family, to your parents, and stay there. You will be saved. But I don't want to go with you so that I cannot cause a problem to your family. So they sat down, they pray, and after praying, you understand, crying, but they say goodbye, we will meet in heaven. So the lady, she was a Hutu, she went to her family with 6 boys. So when she reached there, the father of the lady, who told you to bring these children? These are his grandsons. Who told you to bring these Tutsis generation here? Why did you do that? These are Tutsis' blood, and I cannot put in them in my house. So he himself, with the brothers of that lady, they paid the killers to come and finish with the 6 boys. You understand that? They took the 6 boys and killed them all.
And this was their grandfather doing this.
The grandfather with his children killing the grandson. And they killed the 6. But by grace of God, the husband, the man, the pastor was survived. So for him, after the genocide, he said, oh, I thank God, I'm survived now. So my wife is safe and all my 6 boys. So he went to his father-in-law to get his wife and to celebrate with the family. Guess what? Everybody's killed. So the wife shared everything with her husband. What happened? He said, my father and my brothers paid and they brought the killers and they killed all the 6 children because they said they cannot keep the Tutsi's blood in their home. So they told me that I will myself be saved because I'm Hutu. So the pastor said, okay, I understand. So he asked the father-in-law, this is my wife. So give me my wife and then we go and live together. So he took his wife. He was living in western province of Rwanda and he moved because he didn't want to be in that same area. So he moved to Kigali. He is here, he's living now in Kigali. And miraculously, we don't understand what happened because we didn't know that they will have a children because their last son was around maybe 15 years during the genocide. But after genocide, they had 2 boys again. God gave them again 2 children. They have 2 boys now. Can you imagine that? So we don't have a really people who were desperate, but God came to rescue them, and today they celebrate. And because of Jesus Christ, because many people, the churches in Rwanda have been really helping many people, and you see now people slowly, life is coming back, and they don't forget, but at least the life is continuing. And that's where we really thank God for what He have been doing for our people. And we will always ask people to continue to pray. Pray for the churches in Rwanda because we have a great opportunity to minister, to meet with those desperate people, to meet with those hopeless people, to minister to those hopeless women who are a prostitute because they have to survive. They have to look left and right how they can survive. And we thank God really for what we are doing here. It's hard to share, but it's true. It's true. When you see a survivor of a genocide sitting in the same church with a killer who was in jail and now released, you cannot understand that. It's really very hard. You cannot make a difference of Hutu and the Tutsi because Rwanda now, what we are trying to do is to build one nation.
Right.
One nation where we don't have a Tutsi and a Hutu. We want to build one nation where we have a Rwandan, and in the church, we want to build a Christian community where we only have a Christian, not Christian by name. We do want people to understand the love of Jesus Christ, His mercy, so that together we can build His kingdom. That's what we are doing, really. And we thank God for using us, and for you also, who pray for us, who join us. And you know, when you come to Rwanda, when you come to teach our pastors, for us, we see as God's answer. Because when you teach a few number of them, what they do, they go back there to their congregation to teach them, to share with them. And that's how we see communities changing and changing. And I'm sure that what you are doing through Rwanda Challenge will bring more impact to our people. And many of our pastors, they also have been changing. I always talk about them and talk with them about what many people are coming and doing here when they come and they teach a book. So now what they started to do in our churches, we have never done that. But what they started now, they go in their churches and they teach a book. So they say, wow, oh, our pastor now is very anointed and he now preach. Oh yes, he now knows what he's preaching. So thank you for your coming and for what you are doing for our church leader.